I thought that punchline was going to hit harder with you. Sorry.
Welcome back to the Bobcast. Today I got comedian and thrifter. Please welcome my boy, Ryan Rinz.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Woo!
It's good to be here. Good to be here. Dude, thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming all the way here. From where are you coming from?
My mom. No. No. I came from outside Philly, I guess. I'm like right in King of Prussia right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
KOP. Do you like going to the KOP mall?
That was actually, I used to work at the KOP mall.
Oh, where at?
J.C. Penney's. I actually worked with my mom. It was kind of funny.
My
yeah.
mom worked at Macy's.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, small
Wow,
world.
beef, huh? It's like
Yeah.
saw her in the mall, just like, yo.
Which one closed first?
Yeah, they both went through a tragic fallout.
But I think Macy's is still around, baby.
Yeah, they have that big parade in New York every year.
Yeah, so
It's all facade. They're like, yeah, just throw the parade. We have to throw the parade to let everybody know everything's fine.
Yes. So I guess the Macy team is a little better than the JCPenney team. But what department were you in? What were you doing?
I was in the men's clothing department, and so I would just fold clothing.
Yes.
That was like my whole thing. Like somebody would walk up, grab a T-shirt, look at it, throw it down. I had to be over there and just like fold that real quick, make it look nice again. And my mom worked in the women's department down low, so it was 2 floors, which is why they probably went out of business. It's like why you have all that space. But yeah, my mom would tell people, she'd be like, yeah, my son, my baby boy, he works up in men's clothing, and then like I'd be up there folding a T-shirt, and somebody would be like, Ryan Rinz. I'd be like, who are you? You know, it's just like, it was like a small taste of being famous. You know, just like strangers coming up to you. They know your name. You have no idea who they are.
You were the most famous boy on the JCPenney roster.
Oh, man. There were some good times there. My mom actually got one of my friends a job there. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, I quit. Yeah. Like, kind of like relatively fast there because I was like, I don't need this
What
job.
years was this of your life?
I was in college. I was like 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm 30 now.
Yeah.
So 2024. But yeah, I was a kid. And I was doing pizza delivery on the side too. So it was just a lot of stuff going on. And the resell.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's just funny. So my mom gets my friend a job there, and he spazzed out on a customer. Yeah, because like JCPenney's got this weird currency system. Like all these kind of stores do that. All these moms and shop at.
Yeah.
It's like Kohl's Cash type styles of deals.
Points, rewards.
It's crazy points, deals, rewards. You know, it's all types of weird gimmicks to like get a discount there.
Yeah.
They were doing a thing where it was like Ellen DeGeneres was involved. Dude, right? It's just like already you're like, whoa, weird collab. You know, it's like when McDonald's collaborates with people. You're like, what's going on over there? You know, it's just like, why did they collab?
No, Ellen and JCPenney seems
I guess it kind of makes sense, right? Yeah, like everybody who watches Ellen probably shops at JCPenney's, you would think. But they were doing a thing with the buttons.
What about the buttons?
There was these buttons, and if you had buttons, you could get discounts.
Oh my god!
I don't even know how you got the buttons. It didn't even make sense to me. Like they tried to explain it to me. I wasn't on the cash register, but when I talked to a cashier, I didn't smoke cigarettes, but like I'd be like, yeah, I smoke cigarettes, and I'd go out with them, and they'd all smoke a cigarette, and they'd be like, Ryan, you're not smoking a cigarette? I'd be like, I'm here for the ride. You know, I want the break. I'm here for the time. You know, and he's out there smoking a cigarette. He's like, these goddamn buttons today. You know, he's like, I'm like, what are you talking about buttons? He's like, this old lady came in with like 45 buttons, and she was trying to get like a T-shirt for like free. And he's like, can't have that. He's like, you're only supposed to get like a certain amount % off per button or something. I don't know.
See, it seems like your friend is the problem. See,
if only you were there to butt in. Right?
Yeah, I would have butt in and tell him, yo, let her fucking go, dude. Take those fucking buttons and let's call it a day. That's the whole point. Like Indian, Asian, and like foreign, like Russian people, right? They all have their people that work at like Macy's and JCPenney's, and when they need to go shop, they like know the register to go to, you know, like.
It's funny you say that because like I had a taste when I was folding a T-shirt. Like my worst experience there, my most degrading experience there is.
Oh, let me know,
dude. I'm folding a T-shirt, and this guy he walked in and he was like, you know, he's looking at me, he's like. And we're gridlocked for like a little while, and they got Christmas Bieber on right now.
Oh yeah,
that is another thing. It's like a definition of insanity there, man. They got the same Christmas loop on. Like it's different for the customer who's in there because they're like, I've only been in here for 20 minutes, but I've been there for fucking 9 hours, and it's just like doing a double, folding T-shirts.
Oh, I know.
And they got 20 songs looping.
Yeah.
And this guy's gridlocked eye contact with me, and he's walking around. He's picking up shirts. He's looking at it, drops it. He's not even looking at the shirt. He's just looking at me. And then he went over, grabbed some jeans, looked at them, dropped it. And then out of nowhere, he's just like, he points at me and he goes, "Yo, fold that." And I was just like, looked at that guy. I was like, is this like am I getting punked right now? I was like, Ashton Kutcher better pop out right now, because like I'm not in the mood for this guy. I've been folding shirts for 8 hours, buddy.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll get to it when I get to it. I got a method on how I fold shirts. You didn't come in here and tell me how to change the method. I got something going right here. I'm in college, man. I've been folding shirts. I know what I'm doing. But
oh, I love that.
yeah, it was crazy. And then he left. I didn't say anything to him. I was just a little fed up. Went out for a cigarette break.
Of course. Yeah. Dude, was this JCPenney's in a mall?
Yeah.
Yeah, that mall life,
That's the biggest mall in America.
Oh, KOP.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's
shopping mall, biggest shopping mall.
Yeah, this is where this all started. No, I thought Mall of America was the biggest.
Well, technically, it's KOP because they connected the two.
Right.
They built like a walkway, so the two were connected now. So it's got the most stores.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, our Dairy Queen was in a mall, so I get it. Like when
that was like a beat down mall over there.
Yeah.
That Dairy Queen was like the highlight of that mall.
That and the Chick-fil-A.
The Chick-fil-A is better than other Chick-fil-A's. I would go out of my way to go to that mall Chick-fil-A. It's a little bit of an inconvenience. You had to walk through alleyways and hallways to get there, but it's a gem inside that mall.
But the music, dude, I know what you're talking about. The music drives you fucking up the wall.
Oh man, it's brutal. I mean, like, what's the music like over at that mall? I mean,
it's the same.
You've done some time there, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 16 years.
They do. Like, who curates that playlist?
Oh, it's
a big selection there. Like, that's got to be a special individual, somebody that's comfortable with picking a selection of music for a large audience.
Yeah.
It's a wide variety of demographic walking through there. You got to pick something that people are going to be okay with.
Okay with, or do they pick something that they just like to listen and they don't give a
Very
fuck?
good point, right? There's got to be some guy there. He's just like, oh man, I'm so bored, and then he's like sitting there. He's like, Apple, build a playlist.
No, it's a management company. Like all the malls in the area are kind of owned by like one type of company that curates the playlist for all the malls. Because I try to fix the playlist at Plymouth Meeting Mall one time, and they're like, oh, we actually don't do that. They send us the thing to play. And I was like, oh, no. And then that's when I just felt defeated.
I had a big hobby with malls when I was younger. I would like, after I would go to like a funeral or a wedding, I would make a big deal to just stop at a mall with whoever I was with.
Are you a mall rat?
Well, essentially, yeah, I guess so. I'd like to stop at like the more beat down of a mall, the better. But when you're walking around these malls and you have a suit on, people just think you like run the place.
Oh yeah.
So you just walk around, you check in with stands for no reason. You're like, hey, how's business here? Everything good? Everything good? All right, I'll let my father know. Everything's good. No, he just owns the mall. Crazy. Yeah, you rent from him.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, and people like really believe it. You know, like I would get a free Annie Ann's pretzel out of that sometimes. You know, they're like, oh, you eat pretzel? Yeah. I was like, yeah, come on, bring it in. Can the boys get one? You know, security.
Oh, dude, that's that white privilege.
Yeah, I had a couple diverse friends with me, you know.
Well, of course.
We were like the Avengers of diversity growing up. I mean, like my mom was like, you got to have one of each race with you.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, at an early age, man. Mizba, you know.
Yeah. Oh, how long have you guys known each other?
I've known him since second grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you really have had a wide, diverse group of friends.
Yeah.
And what has that taught you?
It's taught me a lot. I've lived in a bunch of different. I got to see a lot of different backgrounds growing up. It was nice hanging out at different friends' houses. It was nice. It's taught me a lot. I mean, I don't know. You see how different people live.
Let me try to rephrase the question, because that's a loaded question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course it is. Of course. I mean, like, man, there was no right answer for that. You know.
No, I think the right answer is white people suck.
No, yeah. That's literally the life now.
No. How about this? If you could, now that you've seen all these different races, if you could be one aside from yours, I have an answer myself too. What would you do?
I would be. I think it would be Asian, because I'm like already Caucasian. So you just drop the caulk and you're like,
you're already there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm like not that great at driving, no. But I'm good at math. You know, it's
yeah, but no, you can like pick anything. Like you could be like a Australian woman or something. You know what I mean? You could really.
I'd probably if anything in the world, it'd be an alien maybe.
Oh.
Just like a curveball of an answer. I'd just be one that just sits back and he's like, this is crazy. Look at these idiots down there.
Okay, but that's too far. That's too far. You gotta pick. You gotta pick something on this earth. Asian is the one you want to go with.
Yeah, I think that's the safest route.
Okay. I always tell my mom I should be Mexican. You know
oh yeah,
and I would probably be a hot Latino woman.
I mean, if you were walking around downtown Mexico and you didn't say anything,
I know. I'm racially ambiguous. I know. And now that I'm growing out this mullet, life is changing, and I wear these sunglasses.
By the way, big fan of the mullet. I've been a big fan of the mullet since day one. I saw that thing come across my Facebook as I was scrolling. You're having a day. It's morning, Monday. You're scrolling at work. You're just like, nah, this is boring. No good content today. And then I see that, and I was like, oh, that's good. What a good life choice over there. I was like, at least somebody's making the right choice in their life. You see that thing, you're just like, cool, that's great.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's good. It's very marketable.
Thank you. Yeah. How should I market this?
I don't know. You can do a lot of it with that, man.
What am I doing? Tell me.
Throw it on a sticker.
A sticker.
Yeah.
But then I gotta that's too much work.
Well, the stickers for you.
Oh.
You throw the stickers and random, there's bars where you walk in, they got sticker walls. I've always wanted to be. I wish I had a sticker to throw on a wall.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Riesel, hit him up. But then I feel like it's just like then I just gave away that I put my sticker on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have fans do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or your mom.
Like, yeah.
This is my baby sticker. Don't judge.
You sticker slapping.
Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah, sticker slapping. What a throwback.
I know, right? Isn't that funny? Like that was like a thing.
Yeah.
I remember that I was like, I didn't grow up in the era of sticker slapping, but I grew up under the era of people that were sticker slapping above me. Like these 16-year-olds, they'd sticker slap shit, and you'd be like, God damn.
You know what it's evolved to?
What is it?
Back in the day, we used to sticker slap. Now, kids are just taking these like fucking dildos and just chucking them at like fucking buildings and just trying to get them to stick on things.
Really? That's happening? That's a problem in Philly?
Not in Philly, but just generally like that was like a fad. It sometimes still is a fad on like social media.
I don't know.
Like, take like one of those like.
What's your feed look like? I don't think I've seen any of this.
Dude, this is.
I'm missing out on a lot of good stuff here. This is cool.
Yeah, man.
I didn't even know that was happening. I'm glad,
Yeah, it's funny because they'll just like take like this dildo that the ones that stick to a wall, and they'll throw it like at a target, and they'll try to get it in the center line of the logo, like the center of the logo.
They're really sticking it to them, man. Yeah, I love that.
But they always come back and take it down. You know what I mean?
Of course.
That's how you got to do it. Were you a big prankster when you were a child? Were you a problem child? What were you like?
I wasn't much of a problem, no. But every now and then, I was talking to my friend about this the other day. Like, you mess up in life. And I love the stages of mess up in life. Like, when you're a kid, like, you'd get in trouble, and then you'd have that whole scenario where you'd go through hiding all your valuables. You'd be like, oh, God damn. Like, they're going to take my Game Boy. Oh,
Who's going to take your Game Boy?
Just like your parents to take the Game Boy or something. You do something stupid, or I don't know. You just get worried. You do something dumb. I can't even think like of a dumb situation I was in. I mean, we had a laser pointer at a high school.
Pointer was always good.
It was a middle school assembly, and there was a teacher on stage, and I'd take the laser pointer. We had two of them. We went on vacation together, and we both had laser pointers. That was like the big takeaway from the vacation.
Which ones were they? The red one or the green one?
Oh, okay. Red. And we're sitting in the back there, and like I was like circling this teacher's dick on stage, and then I was circling his mouth. And then circling his dick, and then circling his mouth, and circling his dick, and circling his mouth. And then eventually, like, the whole section we were in was cracking up. I mean, there was kids cracking up everywhere. Nothing better than that. It's like the earliest stage of like gripping an audience in your palm. You're like, oh, dude, I got this audience by the balls right now. Like, this is great. You're like, yeah, it's such a risk. Like, and I'm sitting next to a bunch of troublemakers, and I like. We're doing it for like we get away with it for a good 20 minutes. And then eventually there's a teacher that he was only looking for the laser pointer. So he knew the row it was coming from. So he came over, took the whole row out, right?
Wow.
Pulled us all out in the hallway. And like me at this point, I take this laser pointer, drop it, put it in my shoe.
Yeah.
Because me, I'm a child. I'm like, The smart play here is this is where I messed up.
Yeah.
Should have dropped it on the floor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Boom.
exactly.
It's done.
Why
It's
did
done
you-
at
yeah,
that point. I
exactly.
don't even have it. Like, good luck catching me at that
Yeah,
point,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? But now it's in my shoe, so it's still on me. But you're a kid. You're like, I don't want to lose this $2 laser pointer. I might
Yeah.
never get one again. You know? Like, you know how hard this was to acquire, you know? It's like getting like a pistol like from like somebody, you know? Like a hitman buying a pistol. He's like, give me this pistol. He's like, oh, this was a decent...
There was no Amazon when we were children. You had to go fucking get everything.
Yeah, you had to like meet a shaman, like or like a local traveler walking down the highway with a book bag on, and he'd be like, "These are the items I have, sir." You know, it's just like a video game. You're like, "Oh, local traveler. Oh, wow, laser pointer. What do I have to do to get this?"
You pointed at your teacher.
He's like, "Well, you do some yard work for 2 hours, and we could work something out." Yeah, but
come to my basement afterwards.
yeah. So we're all in the hallway there,
Yeah.
and they had a cop on duty at the school.
Oh.
Yeah, because like
That's the
bomb.
worst.
We were in the bomb threat era where kids would just write a bomb threat
Yo,
on a
same.
bathroom wall, and then
Yeah.
you get out of school for like a day or two because they got to sweep the school for bombs. And you're like, who the fuck? Like, I could barely get a laser pointer, and you guys are over here worried about bombs right now. But anyway, so we're in the hallway, and we're getting good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Like, we literally had the cop would come over. He's like, "Hey, Rye, you tell me where the laser pointer is, man. You know, we just want to know where it is, man. We'll just get back to the assembly. Everything will be good. Like, I don't want to call anyone's parents, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, like, I totally get it, but I don't know where the laser pointer is."
Yeah.
And they're going around. Then another teacher comes up to you, and he's like, "I know you know where the laser pointer is." And you know, you're like, "Whoa, this is all
that
shit."
one's mine.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm gonna call your parents. You know that we actually already called them. They're on their way here." And you're just like, "Huh, right." Well, it's like, I don't know anything about this laser pointer. He just stayed firm on it, and then eventually one kid cracked.
Oh.
Yeah, he cracked and snitched. He said Ryan's got it in his shoe, and we got pretty far. This took it was a 2-hour interrogation, and then like the end of the day is approaching, and like it's the last day of the school year. It's like you know that they have to let you go at 3. It's like, you're not gonna hold me, like have my mom come down here. You don't want to deal with my mom.
Oh yeah.
And what flavor you get?
Dude, I got a fruit punch.
Oh, good. That's my favorite flavor.
I thought this was gonna be a beer. It's good.
It's a seltzer.
Yeah. Now I realize it's a seltzer.
It's a good seltzer.
Yeah. No, it's delicious.
Yeah, it's very good.
Thank you for bringing these. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Happy Daddy.
Yeah, welcome to the Happy Dad Gang. They're good, man. 100 milligrams of electrolytes in them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
What's 100 milligrams of electrolytes?
You notice less of a hangover is what you notice from it.
So
like you have like 15 of them. You're like, wow, I got 1,500 milligrams of electrolytes running through my veins right now.
yeah, but 15 fruit punch drinks would I would want to hang myself. But it's not even about
I
that.
agree. I mean, like shotgunning them's where it's at.
Yeah.
I like shotgunning these.
Yeah. So
It's smooth.
yeah.
You ever shotgun?
I mean, I used to shotgun in college. Now, now I can't. My stomach can't handle.
No?
it. Yeah,
That's
it
funny.
really. It's dude the Bhav the used to be, man. You would not believe it. That guy.
I believe you were like a dog in college.
The
You still
Dunkaroo-
are a dog. You know, you're just an old dog. Old dog now.
Thank you. The Dunkaroo was my favorite. You know what the
Dunkaroo. What the hell is that? That was like a snack when I was a kid. It was like graham
It is.
cracker with cream.
Yeah,
That's what you're talking about.
What is the whole idea of the Dunkaroo? You know think about it. The Dunkaroo. What is
Yeah,
it?
you take the cookie and you dip it in the cream.
You dunk it.
Yeah.
Dunkaroo. So what you do with the Dunkaroo drinking style is you have a bucket of fucking ice and water, like one you would probably make like a big pot of pasta in, right?
Yeah.
Like something like big, and enough for a whole head to submerge. You know?
you said that like that was crucial. You're like, yep,
It is.
You know, whole head needs to fit in here.
Very much. And look at all your friends that are going to do it. So you can't. So pick a pot that's big enough for all your friends. And you fill that up with ice and water and you mix it around, make it good. So now this is the Dunkaroo. So your friend you pop open and open a shotgun beer, right? Like you do the thing of plug the hole and but you don't leave it. You don't crack it yet.
Are you a big mouthpiece guy or a small mouthpiece guy?
I just do my thumb and then just bring it back and try not to fucking rip up.
That's the worst part about a shotgun is like worry about like, you know, small paranoia. You're like, I could end up in the hospital right now. Like,
Yeah,
I could amputate my thumb
So
right now.
I use my key. I feel like a lot of time, like what you do is like you
I try to use the key and kind of work it around.
there's an air pocket right here if you like you now.
See, I crack first,
Oh.
but not fully. I release the air and then put the key in.
See the
Because then it doesn't spray everywhere.
yeah, it sprays. The
Nah,
fire.
see, it depends on location, If I'm at like a tailgate, you want the spray.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, dude, he's doing a shock. It's like a little bit of showmanship. It's like somebody ordering fajitas.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, whoa, oh, he's doing a shotgun. Like everybody's like, whoa, what's he doing over there? It's good. Yeah. So anyway. The pot is on the stove, I guess you said?
No. I thought there was something more to that. Sorry, I thought there was a follow. But no. The Dunkaroo is basically now you put it on the floor. It has ice, water. You mix it up. Make sure the water is really cold, right? And you give your brother the now your homie's holding the beer, and it's ready to go. Like when you come up, you should grab it and just.
So wait.
I get this is the fun part. This is the fun part.
I actually gotta see this.
Now, two of your boys, they grab you by your feet and they dunk you in, and you stay in there as long as you can, right?
So it's like a bucket.
Yeah,
you want like a bucket, actually.
Yeah, but sometimes if
like a bin.
I mean, depends. The steel pot is nice because it's steel.
And it probably has handles.
Yeah, but the handles will break, but you need something steel. And then when you're done, like you're like, oh God, I gotta fucking come up. You just push yourself out. It's not dangerous. They can't even drown you, because you have arms and shit.
Yeah.
And and then you just come up, shotgun this beer, and you're like, and it's like, what?
So what? Your face is cold. Your head's just cold.
Yeah.
It's like
and wet. I don't know.
It's just like a rush. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess like my biggest concern would just be like I'd have a wet head.
Yeah, that's all right.
After that,
You do it in the summertime.
Summertime.
Yeah.
Well, that makes more sense.
I
Hot
shotgun
day.
like fucking 9 like
I
natty
immediately pictured
ices.
you guys doing it in the winter.
No.
I was like, wow, this is
Well, in the
cold
winter
head.
we do it in the inside, and then
Oh,
have
yeah?
the pledges mop the floor.
That's funny. Oh, you frat, right?
Yeah.
What was the frat?
AXP, Alpha
AXP?
Cairo.
Oh, we had one of those. They
Yeah.
called it Crow over here.
Yeah.
Was that the new name?
yeah. They hate when I do that, but I'm like,
Really?
Yeah.
Crow? I feel like that's a cool flex.
Yeah, I mean, Crow House is cool, but they
That's
don't
cool.
Like that. They
That's
don't like
cool.
that. Yeah, that's
I like that.
Yeah,
Crows are cool.
We like that because we're weird.
yeah, exactly right. Yeah, it's like a different breed.
Yeah, we're not. I was a frat boy, but now I'm just a Bhav boy again.
Yeah, I ended up not going that route.
Yeah, did you try rushing?
Because here's the thing, I got bids from like 6 or 7 friends.
You would. Look at you. You're
then
like a white cool
I'm
guy.
top prospect.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? If everybody wants me, nobody can have me.
Yeah, good. That's
that type of style. I was like, I'll be friends with all of you if
Yeah.
you want me.
dude. You know what?
It was like, if you want me, you'll love me.
Yeah.
If not, then you'll hate me. But I don't care.
yeah.
I'll be me.
No, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
The best people in college are actually like DJs and drug dealers because they can be
Yeah.
friends with everyone, and every party needs a good DJ. Like the coolest DJs at Penn State were like these just like foreign dudes, and they just had money to buy like lights. And
Dude, they had turntables and whatnot. My buddy Steve actually had a really crazy setup. He would always borrow my laptop to steal my rap collection.
Yeah,
I had
that's
like a crazy rap selection. He wasn't really into rap, but he was like, "Oh, can I get some of these old school rap
Where'd you
songs?"
go?
I went to Bloomsburg.
Nice, Big Bloom.
Yeah. And you were Penn State, right?
Yeah.
I went up there once.
Yeah.
We took a trip up there.
Did anyone touch you, Sandusky? You got to touch.
We went
with
to
Sandusky.
who did I have? DKE. I had a friend.
Deke.
Yeah, I had a friend in Deke,
Yeah.
and he was like, "I got a brother up there. We'll go up there." He's like,
Nice.
"They'll take us around town. They'll show us a good time." And it was like okay time.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's like
You have to go to Penn State to have a great time at Penn State.
Well,
I
just
feel.
like,
I mean, we were at a party. There were some kids from high school
Yeah.
there, and we were having a great time. And he's like, "Yeah, we're about to go to this other party, but you guys can't come with us because you're not from Penn State." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I
was
mean,
like,
there's like a lot. It's a lot of clicky bullshit. You know what I mean?
I thought it was
Like,
crazy. Yeah, and then there was
Yeah.
like a lot of like "We Are Penn State" chants at parties. I thought that was a little wild.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. I think that's
You guys
kind
got a
of
little bit wild of a culture.
That's like
over
a
there,
freshman
dude.
thing,
It was
you know what I mean?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. I mean,
yeah.
I think I was like hanging around with a bunch of freshmen.
Yeah.
But it was wild up there. I was like,
it's a
I was
good
like, wow,
time.
you guys are locked in up here.
Yeah, well, you know.
Like you go to Bloomsburg, there was none of that going on.
Really?
Oh, dude, you walk around, you'd be like, yo, man, so like, what's going on with your guys' football team? You'd be like, oh, like we have a football team.
But the partying was. I feel like every college.
The
party
partying was fun. I mean, we had
Yeah.
block party. Have you heard about that?
a block party.
You hear about block party? We were kind of famous for that.
what was it called? Probably Bloomsburg Block Party.
Right on the head there. You nailed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, pretty original. Sometimes we get a little crazy. We had the year at the end. Be like Bloomsburg Block Party 2016.
Oh hell yeah!
2015.
And what was so great about it? Tell me about it.
Well, back when I was a kid,
Yeah.
it was a good time.
Yeah.
It's not as good as it used to be. I mean, I did
Nothing
see some
is.
kids do.
Yeah.
I saw some kids do some cool shit to try to make it as cool, but they couldn't.
Life has gone too
They
far.
couldn't capture what we've done.
No, like okay, so we did fun things in college, but the people 10 years before us did funner things in
Oh,
college.
dude! I talked to a guy one time. He was like, he told me a story about how they were like, yeah, man, we snuck a keg into the dorm one time. He's like, we put a rope around the keg and we pulled it up 9 floors through a window. And I was like, dude, I was like, you even like mentioned doing that to some kid in the dorm today. He's
Yeah.
like, dude, are you out of your mind, dude? We're gonna get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get kicked off campus. Like there was kids. I mean, Grant, don't get me wrong. There was kids in the dorms that were still doing reckless stuff. Like there was a kid he would just smoke weed right in his room,
Yeah.
like on campus, and it was like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, those kids are the stupidest.
I was like, yeah, man, we could literally just go outside.
Yeah.
we could literally go outside. We can get off campus. We could literally walk off campus and be fine and like not get in trouble. Like lose like all these opportunities, but like see, and you know what I just did right there? I was the kid who's against the keg, essentially, you know. But I mean, like I was drinking in the dorms.
The dorms is different.
The dorms is wild. It's a wild like type of life. It all depended on how you would have fun depending on your CA or RA.
Well,
essentially,
also it's like I get it. Like some kids want to risk it for the biscuit, but like the one rule they have is don't smoke in the dorm, right?
what was the alcohol like in your dorm?
I mean, in my dorm, maybe.
Well, did they have a big rule on that? They had a huge rule on that too. If you got caught with alcohol, like you were fucked.
Look, for me, it was like really.
But it was like, don't be a fucking idiot, and they're not going to search you.
Yeah, well, I just rushed like fall. So, like I got swindled into the frat life. I rushed, so I didn't really need to drink in my dorm. Every time.
You just go to the frat house.
Yeah, and then,
smart. I mean, that's what you do. That's exactly what you do when you're a kid in the dorms. You find off-campus friends immediately.
Yeah,
and then you're fine.
Yeah, that's how I guess they really swindled me in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, dude, that was exactly the first 2 frats that tried to get me. They were like, dude, so you've been our friend for like this long now? Like, why don't you just like join our frat? And I was like, God.
It was good that you didn't, dude. It's good to be productive.
I'm glad I didn't. A lot of it was just like, I mean, I went through a whole lot of it. I was just like, I did consider it, but I was like, you look around, you were just like, I don't really see myself wearing frat letters after college. I was like, what am I going to do? Be 30 and wearing this?
No one does. I mean,
no one does. I mean, like, granted, every now and then.
Shouldn't. That's the thing.
That's the thing. You shouldn't because I did walk around at the Bloomsburg Fair, which is we're known for that too. The fair.
Yeah.
Good time up there.
We should go next time.
That's what I'm saying. I'll drive us up there.
Yeah.
I go.
Next time
I haven't been in a little while. I'll take you up there.
Yeah.
But it's a quick little ride. It's a good time.
I mean, I think Penn State and Bloomsburg is like what?
It's like 2 hours from here.
What comes first?
Bloom and then Penn State's an hour longer.
And I think there's a couple like. So I have friends that like went to like Kutztown, and then there's another one like Shippensburg.
Yeah.
These are like all schools.
They were all ones that were like in my considerations.
Yeah.
You know, they were all in the consideration line, but it's like along the line. I mean, Penn State's like the peak of the mountain there. They were
like
pretty good
across
school,
the country, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
It's just like you see the exits.
yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
yeah. They're all like connected now too.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh no! What do you mean?
Like I think Bloomsburg, Stroudsburg, Westchester, they're all like one school essentially.
Oh.
Like the teachers like cycle around the schools.
Oh, I
they're like
believe
available
that.
at all the schools. now or
Oh, I
something.
mean that's like they're just
which
diverse.
kind of makes sense, but at the same time, you're just like, come on now.
yeah, have some loyalty.
Like, how can Westchester play Bloomsburg in football now and like have it not be like the same? If you guys are the same, but I don't know. I don't know too much about it. I'm like, I didn't really like look that deep into it.
Well, I mean, like it's just two different systems. It's like the one is education, right, and the other is football. You know, you can't connect the two.
Yeah, you really can't.
You gotta keep them separate.
Athletics are just separate.
And then you got partying. That's a whole. It's its own third category. You gotta leave each independent, right? And then you start adding up strikes.
Did you work any jobs in college?
Oh no, dude. It's
no.
I just had to become a doctor.
I did campus food.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like that frat was like a job, dude. It was a job that I did like, but I learned so much about culture.
Did you live in one of those nice frat houses that had like a chef and stuff?
Oh well, all the houses in Penn State had chefs.
That was the coolest thing to me. Like when I was up there, they were like, they gave us a tour. I thought the frat houses were just cool.
Yeah,
I thought that was
nice.
cool. And then that was like also, I was like, dude, what are they doing? I was like, they don't even have frats over here at Bloom. I was like, look at their shit over here.
When
compared
my
to here.
mom saw the frat house when she came on graduation, like she never went to Penn
They're
State.
insanity, man. Like the amount of rooms in those things.
Yeah, but she had a heart attack. That's how she almost had a heart attack. That's how bad this.
I don't blame her. I mean, like, I don't blame her. I had a heart attack walking through there, man. I was like, just craziness.
Yeah.
Just craziness of like everything.
Rinz, this is what I told my friends, my brothers. I said, dogs, my parents will be in this house between 1:55 p.m. and 2:10. Somewhere in there. That's a great proximity.
Pretty good proximity. You didn't do it like a refrigerator delivery team. Like they're like, oh, it wasn't 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Exactly.
You give a pretty
good
window.
Days ahead. I told them like my parents are coming for graduation.
You know, soft them a
became
little
an
bit.
engineer. You know what I mean?
Maybe
like,
bring it up while you're having a shot. You're like, oh yeah, by the way, like my parents are coming this week.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
And we get to the second floor, and they're in room 5, and they're just puffing on the fucking e-cigarettes. You know what I mean?
Ripping them, yeah.
Blowing these huge clouds.
And they had just come on the scene, the e-cigs, right? That was like an early stages of e-cigs.
2016. Like
2016, you're smoking an e-cig then. It's like, you may be entitled to a claim on lawsuit for vitamin E smoking. You know? It's like, you're waiting for that commercial. You're like, oh, I hit a e-cig around 2016.
It was so gross. And then I saw a fucking unopened Natty Ice that was just fucking warm on the table.
That was my favorite beer in college.
Same. And I shotgunned it.
It was the best.
Yeah.
Isn't that the best beer? It was like...
We should go back to it.
How many of those could you drink and then like you'd be like, oh, fuck. I could get a 6-pack and be like, I am fucking lit tonight. Like,
well,
I'd black out off of like 6 of those, I think.
For us, or for me, like, see...
I was a lightweight.
Okay, let's take it back even one step farther. Did your parents drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my mom drank.
Okay, what did she drink?
Anything she could find. No.
No. Was it like wine or like liquor?
She liked wine in her early stages, and then she switched over to liquor. She was like a Jim Beam gal.
Okay, cool. So like in my family, there was like no drinking. There was always a handle of Grey Goose in the basement, but it was so old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like
very strict, like no drinking.
No
drink.
Well, in Gujarat, India. Alcohol,
when did you have your first drink, you think?
Why maybe like after prom, like so
you were like 18?
Yeah, like around there. Like
I had my first drink at like 13.
Yeah, see that's what I'm saying. Like
I like went down to the liquor cabinet. I remember the night exactly specifically. I got a Gatorade bottle out of the fridge, and you remember the Gatorade bottles? They have that like that first bump in the bottle. So I took a sip down to the first bump.
Yeah.
And
what color Gatorade?
Blue.
Oh yeah,
the light one, the light blue.
Yeah.
And so I filled it up with Captain Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Captain Morgan and Gatorade.
Blue Gatorade.
Think about that combo. What a terrible whiskey and Gatorade. I drank that whole Gatorade. I got the spins for like the first time. I was like, yeah, this is a crazy feeling. But it was like one of those things that I look back at that. And I say I'm glad that experience happened. It was like a controlled environment. It was a pretty controlled environment. I mean, like one, I didn't drink too much, which was kind of good. I mean, granted, I'd like to go back and see how much that adds up to, shot wise, because I was pretty hammered off of that.
Of course.
You know, I was walking around. I was like, "Whoa!"
You're 13, dude.
Playing Xbox. I'm like, "Whoa, this is crazy!" You know.
Was
like,
anyone home?
Oh yeah, my parents were asleep. I was.
Okay.
It was like at night, you know. So I went to bed, you know. So it was all strategically planned. I was a pretty smart 13-year-old, you know. I was like, if I'm gonna get fucked up, dude, like that was the thing. We went through a phase like 13 to like 16. We would like any amount of alcohol you could get from your parents into a water bottle.
Right.
You'd go meet with the boys in the woods and split it.
So you guys all together were like, we need to get alcohol.
What is it was just like get alcohol.
Why? But like, what is spurting this? Like,
the draw to it was that they didn't want you to do it. I think it was like if they would have been like, you guys could have a beer if you want one.
Yeah.
Then you'd be like, it was more so that you wanted to see what the buzz was all about. Literally, you know, you're like, what is this buzz all about? You know, like we were walking in a parking lot one time, and we came across a Rogue Coors Light 6-pack that was just in the parking lot and it was cold. It was like a glitch in the Matrix. Like the beer was supposed to be placed at a beer store and it just glitched.
Someone's
into a
hammer just
parking
left
lot.
it there.
Yeah, dude, it was insanity, man. And we walked up and we actually sat in the bushes and we watched the 6-pack for good 30 minutes because we thought it was a plant. We thought it was like a cop, like like a bait case or something. Like they were like, we're gonna get these kids today, Yeah. And then we eventually ran up, grabbed it. We each grabbed one. We all ran up, grabbed one, and then we ran and we drank it in the woods. And we were just like, oh, that was our first taste of beer. And then after that, it was just like we have to try other alcohols and see like if any of them taste better than what we just tried.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like we were alcoholics, but it was like you wanted to try.
Yeah.
That. I mean, it was good that I did that experience younger too, I think, instead of like waiting. But I was curious because like you said at 18, like do you think that changed how you went about alcohol?
No, this is what happened, dude. I tried actually alcohol for the first time in high school 1 or 2 times. See, I wasn't allowed to like go out and sleep out at people's houses. So once my sister got a little older.
What was like the cutoff? Like how late was like the latest time you stayed out and you were like, fuck. I came so close to a sleepover. What the fuck?
I had to be home by like 12:01.
12:01 at night?
Yeah.
It's not like that unreasonable though. At what age?
Dude, if I go home now.
Really? Really? I love that. I love the strictness of the parents there. Dude, that's wild. I mean, I walk down the street and I see a rogue Indian dude walking, and I'm just like, that guy's been through it. I just want to like salute that guy. I'm like, I know that he's lived a different life because I grew up with Mizpah. I would call his house. I know that like you went through random shit. I know grandma might have been living at the house at some point. It's like grandma was just living there. She was a part of the family member, and she might not have spoke that much English, but she would answer the phone all the time.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I closed my eyes. I just heard Mizpah's grandma from that accent. I was like, wow, that's Mizpah's grandma picking up the phone. Yeah. No, Mizpah not home.
Yeah, dude.
Stop calling. She got to that point with me. She was like, you call too much. Stop calling me.
Yeah. But I'm home, dude. Like, that's their house. You know what I mean?
I don't blame you. Yeah. They're like, we don't want you coming home at random hours of the night. Like right now, like my dad, he runs like that. Like he has a girlfriend, but he lives in the house by himself.
Yeah.
And it's like goes to bed at like 8:30.
Yeah.
So it's like if I stop by the house at 9, I have to shoot him a warning text at like 6:30.
Yeah.
This guy sleeps in his house, former Marine, well, still a Marine, because he'll get mad if you say like he's not a Marine anymore. Once a Marine, always once a Marine, always a Marine is what he says.
I'm
And he's like, that guy sleeps with he's like I got my pistol.
Yeah.
He's like waiting for somebody to break in. Like the one time he said he calls me on the way home from work sometimes. He's like, oh Ra, you won't believe this. He's like, last night I was sleeping, loud bang downstairs. He's like, I went to my closet, grabbed my pistol, come flying down there. He's like, hello. And he comes down, a mirror fell off the wall and like shattered. But it was just like, so I have to call him and like put a time slot in. I'm like, hey man, I'm going to come by the house at 9 today. I have a package in the house. I'm going to grab it. Please don't shoot me.
Exactly. No, doesn't it make perfect sense?
It makes a lot of sense. It's like, but like, I mean, like personally, do you have a fear of like somebody breaking into your house?
It's not me.
Yeah.
But if you are a father and you have a wife and children.
Very true. But say you live alone in a house in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Do you have any fear of anyone breaking in?
In the suburbs?
Like how often has anybody walked up to it? I mean, like I've lived in the suburbs pretty much like my whole life, but anybody walking up, nobody, not once in those 20 years of living at that house, has anybody just walked up to the door, jiggled the handle, and tried to get in.
Well, you don't know that. That's the thing.
Very good point.
You don't know.
I mean,
that.
he's got a whole security system outside of his house now too.
Right. But like back then.
True. Back then it was a little different.
We're 90s babies.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
and he might have seen some shit. He did the military.
Yeah.
So.
But Rinz, are you part of this group of white people that like don't lock their doors sometimes?
I am.
I was seeing a girl, wonderful girl, and she would just leave her apartment and not lock her door. And I was like, hey, baby girl, what are you doing?
Craziest shit in the world, right?
And I was like,
it's like a comfort you have living in the suburbs. I'm like, I'm in the suburbs. Who's coming here?
But she lives down the block now, and she's a beach
in
girl.
Philly.
Yeah,
in Philly, I'm locking the door.
Yeah.
I might even call a guy and have him test the locks on my door.
Well, she was such a Ocean City beach girl.
Yeah,
Then now
city's
she's
a little different.
and
City
she-
a little different.
And I was like, oh my, and she knew it made me physically uncomfortable, so she started locking her door, you know. But like, I hope she's still locking her door. I hope you're still locking your door. But like, you know what I mean?
What do you got over there? You got a fruit punch over there?
I think it's are they all fruit punches?
This one's wild cherry. I don't really.
This is a fruit punch. If you
yeah,
want,
yeah,
go
definitely.
ahead.
Thank you.
But yeah, dude, it's like look, this is what it is. Engineer. I'm an engineer, but my parents are more that they're from immigrants from a third world country, and this is what it is. You just eliminate that factor of someone coming in and fucking around, and you just have this ultimate peace.
Was there a gun in the house when you were a kid?
We don't have any guns.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
that's
mean,
the
I don't
thing.
know why I said I know.
Yeah, but we have like
assume.
makeshift ways to keep certain things locked and
You
secure.
got what do you guys said? Booby traps up at the front
Not
door.
booby
Like
traps,
you walk in,
but
it's
like,
like,
oh,
oh
I-
shit, oh,
like a
arrows.
sliding door,
Yeah.
right? Like you, instead of trusting the lock, you put a fucking like a piece of a wood in there.
Yeah.
You know, physically it can't open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like things like that.
That's
Like-
very good logic.
Yeah. But like, you know, just things like that. I mean, like,
When you go on vacation though, how's the lockdown of the house go? Do you tell some neighbors you're like, yo, keep an eye on my house?
well, you know, back then.
Isn't
you
that
would-
like a lot of pressure?
what?
Like when you leave to go on vacation,
Yeah.
like back in the suburbs. I mean, that's what a common
you
thing
had
was.
those-
You'd tell like 2 or 3 neighbors.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "Hey, I'm going on vacation. You see anything crazy over here?" You know, and try to take care of that.
Yeah.
It's just like a lot of pressure. You know, it's like then you got the neighbor. I mean, we have a neighbor across the street. She's in her 90s or 80s.
Yeah.
That lady knows everything. I stop by my dad's house. She'll tell my dad about it. She's like, "Yeah, Brian stopped by your house earlier." You know, it's just like.
That's so sad.
She
She's
knows
looking out
everything.
her window all day.
Dude, dude. She knows everything going on that street.
That's why,
Like,
'cause
she's like, yeah, there's a new rock that entered the street earlier today. It's like somebody was driving and it fell off their tire. It's just like she cuts the lawn, does the leaves. She was like the epitome of like the block because like my parents would be sitting there and they'd be sitting there having a conversation and they'd be watching TV, or my mom would be watching TV. My dad would walk in. He's like, you know, Mrs. Salter's over there doing the leaves right now. He's like,
yeah.
you should be out there doing the leaves. You know, she's like 80, and
Yeah.
she's like, why aren't you doing the leaves? It was just like funny little spats, funny stuff.
No, of course, dude. Did you do a lot of chores growing up?
Oh, too many.
Oh, okay.
I was, but you have to.
Yeah,
and it
no.
makes sense because like now, I like you go over to your friends' houses that weren't doing chores. It's pathetic, man. Like some of the bathrooms I've been in, a very clean bathroom, by the
Thank
way.
you.
Very nice, you
Thank
know.
you.
Like my dad would say that's a good rating of a bathroom. He would eat here. Like
Oh, lovely.
He judges his eating based on how cleanly the bathroom is.
You know what's the only bad thing about that bathroom is the curtain. You know the thing.
the
about,
mirror throws me off a little bit too at first, but I bet again,
because of how big it is, and
well,
you can see
I
your
guess you
dick
get
while you're
used to it.
peeing.
Yeah, that throws me off so much. I'm like, this is too much of me. I'm seeing too much of me while I'm peeing right now. I was like, I see the whole body right now. I was like, this is crazy.
Hey, man, I didn't make the mirror. I just moved it.
It's a crazy mirror. Like whoever manufactured
Yeah.
that mirror was like, "Yep, we're just gonna." He's like, "Hey, should we paint the wall in here, Bob?" Nope, we're gonna do whole mirror.
Yeah.
we're gonna mirror that whole fucking wall.
Hey, you
And
know
even
what-
transporting the mirror in here was probably a nightmare. They definitely like. I assume they did every apartment the
Yeah.
same. So like they
Is it
over
one
under.
piece?
What?
Is it one piece?
It might be 2. I don't even know. I haven't even looked. It looks like one piece.
Yeah, I
but
think
like,
it is.
I would imagine that they must have broke at least 50 mirrors just like building this building.
Oh my
Like, not
God.
a chance they weren't breaking mirrors,
Dude,
right?
I didn't even think about
It's
that.
pretty crazy,
Rinz.
right? This is a big ass mirror.
That is a huge mirror.
Like, I mean, you see people transporting them. It's like even driving with a mirror that big has got to be crazy. Like, how do you even get that many mirrors here?
Yeah.
Right? It's like they had to come from at least like 50, 40 miles away.
Oh yeah.
Like on the way here, I bet like 30 mirrors
Oh,
broke. They
nah.
were like, why are we doing this mirror thing, man? They were losing money on this.
No, the packaging was great. The packaging was great. Trust the pack. I know so many packaging engineers, dude. Low key, that's like a really huge industry.
What, packaging?
Moving
Oh,
sh-
dude, it's a crazy industry.
Yeah.
I wish I had a plug inside the package
Yeah,
industry.
dude.
I could use some packaging.
You know, let's talk about reselling for a little bit because that's what you do.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, so what is it? Like, is it? Hold on, I'm gonna.
It started in college.
Hold on. Let's take a time out 1 second.
Yeah.
I went shooting one time.
I thought you just picked that up in the streets of Philly.
Nah. I went
You walk
shooting.
outside of your apartment and you find this on the ground. You're like, yeah, another fucking day.
I shot. We shot all the
Philadelphia.
guns, grenade launchers, and
I think it's
everything.
massive.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what that is. I think it was a big gun.
That's a
dude.
50 cal.
Yeah, at least something.
No, that's for sure a 50 cal.
Okay, then you know.
Yeah.
Sawed-off shotgun is my favorite.
It really breaks the
Oh
shoulder.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've that's probably the gun I've shot the most is
Yeah.
a shotgun, not a sawn off. But
Yeah.
there's like we should go sometime. Another time I could show you. There's a place in Limerick,
Yeah.
the Rock Quarry.
Mm-hmm.
They have a golf course where you can go shoot guns, like shotguns, like trap shooting. So it's like you and I will go out. We'll each rent shotguns. We'll have 2 shotguns, a bunch of rounds on us. We get in a golf cart, and there's 18 holes. And you pull up the hole one, and then we go up to this like little gazebo, and then you'll plug this like little electronic system in, and then like one of us, whoever's not shooting, will hit the button, and it'll pull the clay targets, and they'll shoot clay targets out. So you get scoring based on how you shoot the clay targets that are flying across. You know, it's just like
kind of like that game on Nintendo when we were little.
just like that. It's duck hunt, but it's like real life.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like pretty cool.
Yo, wait, let's talk about this 1 second. Happy Dad. You only sell seltzers? What the Jesus fuck?
It's so good. Like they just recently, so they're boys with Dana White.
Yeah, dude. But this is the thing. Okay, Nelk Boys, full send it. You know what I mean? I always thought,
I never thought they invented Send It. I thought people were saying Send It.
No,
before
send
then.
it is just like a. I even think it's like
They made that theirs. Full Send is like theirs.
Yeah, I mean whatever, but like send it, I feel like is just anything in like the extreme sports.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's where I thought
yeah.
the origination started from.
Just like
you
send
know?
it, you know?
Yeah,
YOLO,
send it.
you
Yeah,
know,
I had friends saying that.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I was like 9 and people were saying Send It.
But I always thought this was like a beer thing. You know what I mean? Because like this type of beer, just like just a beer,
just a normal beer.
Yeah, and
No.
then every time someone's giving me a Happy Dad, I'm like, yeah, I have a Happy Dad, and then I drink it, and it's like, oh, like it's like a shock thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like if you were to drink water and it's fucking piss, you'd be
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah,
you know
you'd be like, what the fuck is this?
You know what I mean? It's just your taste buds are prepared.
Yeah.
Like for beer. So you were Rinz. You're the first person that ever made me realize they only sell seltzers.
It's crazy because I had a small dilemma where I was like, do I tell him? I was like, do I want to be the one to break the news to him? Because like you're like, yeah, I used to drink the Happy Dad beer or something like that. And I was like, it's kind of like they have a beer.
Yeah, dude. I was like, I'm so shook. I'm shook about the whole thing, dude.
There might be a brand that's like similar, maybe that like sounds like they.
No, there
a beer.
isn't.
Like
There isn't.
hoppy or something like.
No, dude.
No?
It's like Happy Dad is the one thing.
They
by
are.
the Nelk Boys.
The grape one's really good too.
Yeah.
That's my second flavor that I like. It's the Snoop Dogg collab Death Row flavor.
Yeah, I believe it, dude. I mean, they're all good. I'm kind of tired of drinking. I just have drank so many seltzers.
The draw to me is like the low on calories type of
Yeah.
thing. It's like, I mean, like what? I don't know how many calories a Bud Light has.
Let's look.
I mean,
Shall we?
I hope it's like,
Let's compare.
pull it up.
It should be on the can, shouldn't it?
It should be, right? But Bud Light's a little shady. I would say like 96 calories, but
110.
it's not bad.
What do you got?
100.
Okay, see.
1 gram of sugar.
Jesus, now we doing this?
I don't know. I was just curious.
No, I'm gonna get you. Sugar. I don't see any sugar, bro.
I guess there shouldn't be sugar in beer, right?
Yeah. We just got carbohydrates, 6.6 grams. Protein,
Dude.
less than 1 gram. Fat, 0.
Nothing like, see, here's the difference in beer and seltzer. There is nothing like, after your 6th seltzer, you start to be like, I don't feel like drinking these anymore.
Yeah.
After your 6th beer, you're like, dude, I want to get another 6-pack and then drive down to the liquor store and tell them they're idiots.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
Well,
like,
this is
for no
bread,
reason.
and that's like simple syrups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea that they're malt based either.
So what is malt and there's raw's form?
I've been trying to learn about this. My girlfriend has been telling me about it a little bit here and there, but she was saying something about, like, I don't know. She's more well versed on it than
Yeah.
I am. The vodka based drinks are better.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm drinking a drink, I honestly personally prefer hard liquor.
Yeah.
On the rocks.
Yeah.
Cut the bullshit. Don't give me any soda. Don't give me any of this shit. I am a sucker for those fancy drinks though. And an espresso martini too.
Yeah. Espresso.
That's like my favorite. Drake mentioned that in a song one time, and I was like, never looking back. I was like, Drake drinks them. That's cool.
Don't have 6
I'm doing
though.
it. Don't. I don't have more than
diarrhea.
one.
Yeah, diarrhea.
No. Oh, dude, I have a heart attack before
Yeah,
you'll
no,
die
not me.
with the diarrhea.
Wait, you love Drake?
And Drake's kind of cool.
Did you see his fucking dick?
It was fucking massive, dude.
It was a slinky.
I was like, dude, that thing's almost as big as my dick.
Yeah,
Huh?
same, that's how
I
I
was like,
felt, too.
ah.
Whoa! Yeah, such big winners of it.
Got his helicopter dick, dude. I was like, Jesus. I mean, like, It's a shame too that like you don't want to like admit that you had to see it, but you're like everybody else has seen it. I might as well see it.
5 girls showed it to me.
Was
Bob,
it
did you see
AI?
it?
Was it? Oh, look at that. That's a common excuse.
Yeah.
You know you Googled it.
No,
Come
no,
on.
I Googled it.
Dude, I love that.
I
but that's a good scapegoat though. It's
No,
good,
but, like,
good
after-
backstory.
yeah.
You were like, let me be clear.
Okay, let me-
5 girls showed me this. Dick.
After
You were like,
I Googled
it. Yeah, you were like, I want no one to think that I Googled
Yeah.
it.
No,
I just came out clean. I was like, you know what? Bob's a friend. I'll tell him that I
Yeah.
fucking Googled Drake's
No,
dick.
I also Googled it.
It was like when A$AP Rocky came out,
Yeah.
and there was apparently he was getting clowned for having poor sex game,
Yeah.
and I was like, I gotta see how poor his sex game is, and then
Yeah.
I Googled it, and I was like, God, you know, his sex game kind of looks like my sex game.
Yeah.
I was like, what's so poor about it?
Yeah, dude, I mean, the sex game is the sex. It's all you got.
Yeah,
Dude,
I was like, who took this video? I was like, his bodyguard needs to chill out.
Yeah, dude. You want to get real, dude? You want to get fucking real? Like, you know, like, I think vibrators have really ruined the sex game
Tell me about it.
because they have burned the
I've
clitoris.
been protesting big vibrator for a
Yeah,
long time.
dude, big
I'm like,
vibrator,
I'm like, you
dude.
guys are putting me out of work. They took our jobs, you know?
They
It's like-
took our jobs!
Yeah, man, I'm pissed at those
big
guys, dude.
vibrators.
Right? Like, God forbid, you're walking down the store at Walmart or something, or you're scrolling on Amazon and your girl catches an eye at a
Yeah.
vibrator. You're like, no, what is that?
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
That rose thing, dude.
Take that thing down.
Why are you trying to get with a rose? You fucking creep.
That's like Pokemon when you had that arch enemy, like you're Ash and you had Red or whatever. That enemy,
Yeah.
that's the vibrator.
Yeah.
That's the vibrator. Like you're just like this son of a bitch. You trying to take my girl, dude?
Yeah,
Take
well,
my job, dude.
it's just from a doctor's point of view, men will always lose because you know, like we're not. You do you have a sex toy?
No.
Yeah, neither do I. That's all I got is my hand. Yeah, dude. And as you get older, you get your fucking hands get tired.
Yeah.
You're deteriorating.
Carpal tunnel.
Exactly.
You know, you're
You know what I
like, I've been trying to my dick for 2 hours now.
Yeah, dude. This morning I had a really weak
Picking
masturbation.
up coffee, just holding your dick.
Yeah.
You're like, what would happen? Now it's a carpal tunnel. I know.
But we'll never keep up with those bean burners.
No.
No, dude.
No. It's crazy. The girls that use the vibrators are the vibrators.
Yeah.
You know? They rate the vibrators. If they were to rate them, wouldn't they be the vibrators?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I agree.
I was at a comedy show one time. Some guy, Terrell C. Brown, he was giving them out.
Mm.
He just gave them out.
Yeah, I
20
mean,
different vibrators. I had more guys than girls grab the vibrators. I was like, what are you dogs doing at home, dude?
experimenting.
That's what of course that's what they were doing.
I'm reverse engineering them. I'm curious. Like, if I had an opportunity to get a vibrator, I'd bring it home. I'd open
Wait, you take it apart, you'd be like, oh, this is,
Yeah, dude.
you'd be like, let's see how you're fucking, let's see what you're doing. That's smart logic. See, guy like me, I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea. You're like, I gotta study this son of a bitch and see what you're doing
I'm
over
an
there.
engineer, dude. There's an engineer that made
That's
that.
like being like the operator of a McDonald's, and you're like, I'm gonna go over to Burger King today and see what the fuck they got going on over there.
Yeah, you know, real talk. We talk about fucking combining bio, like biology and technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Biotech.
Yeah.
What if now I'm ready for it. The one biotech I'll fucking get in on. Fuck that. You go to Whole Foods and you scan your hand and it pays. Fuck that. I want a vibrator put into my middle finger right here.
Wow.
And then
you're talking. You got to get in talk with Elon. He's
Yeah.
doing shit like that.
I will cut off.
Like, what's the brain link thing?
No, fuck that.
You
Fuck
need that in your finger.
Yeah, I just want to switch here.
You might be onto something.
Yeah, dude. You just put that's why I want to see that the dildo, the vibrating dildo, because you just wrap this technology in like a silicone that's like comfortable for your skin, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you just put a switch in here, and you have to dig all this out. It's gonna be very painful, and we're gonna do it right here in my kitchen. Okay, I'm gonna be Exhibit 1. I'm fucking doing it.
I feel like there could be some sort of sleeve you could make to make that
No.
happen.
You want it just permanently, so you can just
permanently, yeah. So you just be walking around. You're like, yeah, you could be. It has other uses too. You're like a protein drink in the morning. You just fucking jam that finger in there.'re like, ooh, fucking spins up real
You
quick.
don't even know, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
so
thinking
done.
about you're all over the place
I'm
with that.
over
That's
this.
good. You're onto something there, man.
So you just hit this
Bob
middle
tech,
part.
you
Yeah,
know?
you Bob tech. There you
Yeah,
go,
there
BT,
you go.
baby. And then this thing just starts vibrating and it's over. It's over. You don't even have to. It's over. You just put this on the clit.
Oh,
it's
man.
over. Boom. Bada bing.
Man, you're onto something.
I'm so tired.
You're saving future generations from years of carpal tunnel.
I'm just saving. I'm aiding in the problem.
You're on to big things.
I'm on to big things, but
Mark Zuckerberg probably he had the same conversation with somebody about Facebook. Yeah.
I'm glad you're recepting it good.
It's just I could use that technology. I'd pay. That's like the type of shit where you just take out your wallet. You're like, whatever it costs, I need it.
Whatever. And the pain, blood, suffering.
Yeah,
it's over.
So many uses for that. You play a video game, you play Mario Party with your friends, you have the one where you gotta tap the button a lot, you're like, you guys are fucked today. You show up at that party, man, you're sipping your drink a little different because you know that you're gonna be button mashing that thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna be mashing that.
I don't know, Rinz. I only have one application for this. It's gonna be called the Master Man. 10,000.
It'd be high demand for that.
Hey, do you want to be a master man?
See, like, there's gonna be. I feel like that they're gonna take, like, in America they won't be as popular, but they're gonna take off in like all these other countries for no reason. Like,
hey, man,
it's gonna be good money.
Good money.
Temu's gonna be selling them. I can see the Temu ad now.
No, the thing is, we're gonna keep it real tight in the family. Someone has to install.
Definitely gotta keep it tight.
Oh, yeah. Someone has to install it. That's the thing. It's a surgery. Right?
Yeah.
And so I might have to move to like a third world country because I don't have a real doctor's degree. I mean, I have a picture in a doctor. Shit. But and I can hang that up next to your awesome fucking painting.
That's got to be weird if you're ever like, in a situation like you're in a restaurant or something and like somebody's like, we need a doctor. And like everybody's kind of like, come on, dude, fucking step up.
And I do.
They're looking at you.
I do step up.
You have to.
Every time.
You have to.
Because the thing is, being a doctor is easy. They just have all the bookwork, right? Like I can Google anything really. Like if you start having a seizure, I know. Hold your head. Let me Google seizure shit real quick. You're gonna do that for 30 seconds at least. You know what I mean? I got time.
How do you feel if your doctor is Googling something about you? What do you think?
I feel like they do that all the time. Real
It
talk.
has to happen a lot, right?
Yeah, they're like, hey, brother, I gotta leave the room for a second.
Yeah.
Like,
there's like a Google kiosk. Yeah, that's probably why like normal people like us, our search takes so long. It's because there's a hub where it just links direct to doctors. They're getting searches quicker than us.
Well, they're getting like what they're getting is like inside research that's been like getting done today. You know what I mean? Like they get a bing like, oh, AIDS is faked. You know what I mean? They're like, all right, all the AIDS patients go.
They actually wake up and walk by the cancer cure that's in their freezer. Like as they reach for the burgers, they're like, not today. Not today.
Do you think cancer is curable?
For sure. It has to be.
They just don't.
How do you have a cure for AIDS, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they shit out a cure for COVID pretty quick. I mean, I don't even know if it's curing people.
Do you have the vaccine?
Of course I have the vaccine.
Oh, good. I was forced to take the vaccine.
I got the vaccine.
Good. I wish I could.
My work tried to fire me over it.
Yeah.
It was a big crazy thing. It was a crazy thing.
It's a crazy.
They put the gun to my head. They were like, hey, if you don't get the vaccine, we're gonna fire you. I was like, oh yeah. I was gonna see you in court.
Oh.
That's the stance I took, and then like out of nowhere, mysteriously, just went away.
Dude,
just went away. Nobody ever mentioned anything about it.
You know who the fight was? I had it with my woman.
Really?
She was like, "Can you just go get the vaccine, so we can go to the clubs?"
I got a fake ID though.
Well, that was the thing. I was thinking, but then I was
That's me. I got one of them.
I was thinking about getting one of them.
No, I got a real
he
one.
does it.
I got a real one.
Yeah, he got the vaccine. Duh.
But
I was thinking about doing the whole fake thing, but then I was like, if I can die by vaccine, at least my friends that didn't take the vaccine can say, "Hey, fuck these liberals."
That probably would. I mean, like, see, I'm not on one side or the other, but it was just like more so just like I didn't like that work started pressing me on it.
I thought that punchline was gonna hit harder with you. Sorry.
See, it actually hit real hard inside too, and I think wanted to react hard to it, but I was like, nah. It's like, that's this dance, you know? It's like the shit. Like,
well, let's get off such a serious topic because it's getting late, and I want to talk to you about thrifting.
Yeah. The resale.
That's your life passion, dude.
It's fun, man.
Yeah.
It's
When
like
did
honestly,
you, go ahead.
I eventually like to stop doing it
Yeah.
at some point.
But
But
why?
I mean, essentially, stop doing it in the sense of a main scheme of things. I'd like to do it on a small end where I'm buying like just high end antiques, and I have
Yeah.
like large connections for just moving high end antiques.
No, I think you have to do like antiques.
You have to do a little bit of
cars.
each. You got to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fun. It is a fun thing.
Yeah.
Paintings, everything. Like every now and then, it's like I have a bunch of paintings in stock right now, but then you'll sell one and you'll be like, oh,
You have to like
paint
do
money.
What kind of clientele you want. The
You want
product-
everybody.
I know, but like I think as you get
If
older,
you find the niche market, I started at a niche market
yeah.
actually.
So that's part of my question.
Yeah.
here.
So I
when
actually
did you start?
I started with
When? How
well
old?
in college. I was dude, I mean I started young. I mean I was 13.
What was the first thing you were flipping?
I was 13. I had a MySpace where you could buy things.
MySpace.
I literally had a MySpace page set up where you could come
What were
there.
you selling?
All my pictures were just everything, like stuff I would buy and get. I would go to yard sales, just buying stuff,
Okay.
and I would sell it. I'd post pictures, stuff I found around the house. My parents were like, "We don't want this anymore. We're about to throw this
You're
out."
like my dad's dream.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I was a little hustler when I was a kid, man. I mean, like my dad would get like a call. He's like, "Yeah, the Comcast bill is like, it's out of control this month." I'd be like, "Give me the phone call. I'll call them." And I'd be like, "You guys are out of control with this Comcast bill." You know, I'm on the phone with Comcast,
Yeah.
and they're like, "You sound like a kid." I'm like, "You are a kid, or you got to be kidding me with this bill." I was like, "We
Yeah.
cut this down." And my dad get off work. He's like, "What happened with the bill?" I'm like, "I got $20 off a month. We're good
Nice.
for 2-year contract."
Good job.
Yeah, locking us in on contracts. You know, I was like a manager.
Yeah.
But I mean, it all started. It was like Mizba and I. We set up. We would always come up with these schemes on how to make money. It was a big thing for us. Like me and him would just sit there and we'd be like, "Dude, how can we make some money this weekend, dude?" And we had a lemonade stand in front of my house, but not a lot of traffic in the suburbs on my street. It's like maybe one car every 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, that's not fun for
No.
a kid if you're trying to have a business. You're like, we got to get this customer rate up. So we had the idea to put the lemonade stand on a skateboard, push it around town.
Yeah.
And we catch people getting out of their cars when they were coming home from work. And then we sell like 40, 50 cups of lemonade. It's pretty wild stuff.
Yeah.
So then we making money doing that. And then
I feel
eventually,
bad for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then eventually it was just like selling stuff. Like, and then it was like the selling stuff from yard sales and around the house and stuff that my parents would just give me. But then I jumped into a niche market where I was only selling sneakers after college. Like through college, I was buying and selling all types of stuff.
Yeah.
Because you get access to a lot of free stuff. Like,
I believe it. Yeah.
yeah.
I was
like,
going to ask, like couches. Ever thought
all
about
types of stuff.
Yeah.
Man, people would just be throwing stuff out after they
Yeah.
move, and I'd be doing winter and summer sessions. So I would take all that stuff because all my roommates would move out. I'd fill the house with like nonsense, and then I'd sell it all through winter and whatnot. And then when people move back in, I would just unload it all week one because people are looking to buy new stuff.
Of course.
for apartments. I'd have like 40 microwaves just sitting there, you know, but stuff like that. But then I got out of college, and then I had I've been paying off college and whatnot. But then I had I was buying sneakers and selling sneakers. I'd buy like somebody's whole collection, like old heads that were selling their collection.
Yeah.
I'd buy it at a low price, low ball them, and then flip them, low ball, flip them, low ball, flip them. Then I kept running into a thing where I was at these sneaker shows and these kids that had tons of money, like
Yeah.
10K, 15K. They're wearing Louis Vuitton and all this types of stuff. They're coming up to you and they're like being real arrogant. Like this one kid was like, I played this kid in a dice game one time, and he was like, $100 games, pussy, you know? And I was like, what? I was like, you like 14, dude? And I had like maybe like $800 on me that day from like making money and selling sneakers all day. So we're playing dice. The kid takes me for like $300. I was like, I'm done. This dude comes up out of nowhere. He took that kid for all of his money. It was amazing. It was like an old head. It was like a food chain of old head. Just like
Karma, dude.
Oh, it was great. And then eventually I just stopped. I was at a sneaker show and I met this younger kid, Mike. Shout out Mike, Philly Kicks.
Shout out, Mike.
Yeah, and he was like 12, and he was like he was a cool kid. I was just like into his stuff, you know, because that's what a kid wants. You always look up to the older kids.
Of course.
And I said, yo, man, you want to split a table at the next event? He was like, yeah. So we split a table, and his dad got me a job. Shout out to Eddie.
Shout out, Eddie.
Good people. And he got me a job at Radwell, which was like a decent job. I was buying parts, selling parts. But on my lunch break every day, I started going to the thrift store, and that's when I started getting back into flipping everything again. I was like, so I'd be at a thrift store, and I would just buy and sell. I'd spend like I'd spend my work checks on the thrift store. I'd spend my whole work check there, and then I built a good inventory, and I just kept buying and selling, and then eventually it just blew up into something a little bit bigger. I was like, oh, I gotta like, get storage units, put stuff there. Then I'd start studying like what was selling big. Like during the pandemic, I was a Guitar Hero slut. I was selling Guitar Hero guitars like a madman.
Yeah.
I'd get in my car at 8 a.m. in the morning, pull up the app, Let Go. It doesn't even exist anymore. I'd get on that app. I'd start looking for Guitar Hero guitars. And no matter where they were, I was like, it doesn't matter where they are. I'll drive anywhere to them if the price is right. Like, I'd be picking up one guitar for $5, and I'd be like, whatever. I'm driving 3 hours to go get it.
Yeah.
Because when I got there, I would then look up in the radius, who else is selling Guitar Hero guitars. Turns out everybody was selling Guitar Hero guitars before COVID. I like got in early. And so like the one time I went around, and I eventually found the grail of them. This is when I capped off at Guitar Hero guitars. I was like, I'm done with these. I was like, I beat the game. You know? I found a Muslim dude out in Erie, PA. Yeah. It was like maybe closer than Erie. It was like Harrisburg, I think. And he had 387 Guitar Hero guitars. Wow. Yeah. And I was like, dude, I want them all. And he was like, oh, it's big money, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, buddy. Like, no disrespect. I got money. Like, we'll figure it out. Yeah. I was like, what do you want for these, man? Like, what? Like $5 a guitar? He was like, I need 7. And I was like, all right, buddy. Like, give me your address. Again, I went up there. I paid $5 a guitar.
Oh, nice.
You know? I was like, oh, does this one work? You know, the classic beat-ups. You know, I'm a vet at that point. I'm like, does this work? You tested all these, dude? You know? He's like, duh. You know, he just wanted the money. Yeah. And it's like, anytime you're spending over $1,000 with somebody, it shakes them up. Anytime you're at a yard sale, you spend over $100, it shakes them up.
Oh, yeah.
You start talking in numbers of 3 digits, you can keep it low in the 3 digits, and people are just excited that you're even here.
Oh yeah,
you know,
because you're just
typically at a yard sale. Average sale at a yard sale is probably between like $5 and like $10.
No way.
I would think if you set up at your house, have a yard sale. Most people, and you don't know shit about reselling, and you don't give a shit about your items, you're selling your items for $5 to $10 because you just want the shit gone. Right. And that's why you capitalizing on those people. Like there was a guy I went recently, and I bought but over the summer, yard sale season, and he lives on my dad's street, and I was at the top of the road there, and he had a monitor in his garage, and I said, what do you want for this? It was an interesting monitor, and he's like, I want $70 for it. I was like, you do 50? And like now I'm at the stage where I'll gamble essentially.
Yeah.
You know? I don't want to look that up, but I'll pay 50 on it. If you want 70, I'll pay 50. Because we're at a yard sale, so it's like if you're asking 70 at a yard sale, must be worth a little something, you know? And if I get it for 50, worst case scenario, I could sell it for 50, and you know,
and it's like zero loss.
Yeah, it's the best gambling in the world. And then, so I went home. I didn't buy it. I went home, got a shower. I was like, I was thinking about it in the shower. Dude, I took like a 20-minute shower. I was thinking about this thing. I got out of the shower, Googled the item because I remembered the name on the monitor. I was like, whoa. So these things go for like 3 to 4K, like new. And they're hard to find, apparently. Right. So then I literally I put clothes on, hopped in the car, and I went over back to the yard sale, and I was like, $60 on it. He was like, no, I'm at 70. I was like, 65. He's like, no, I'm at 70. And I'm usually like a stickler here. I usually like walk away from the deal over $5 like that sometimes. But I'm a little bit of a vet now, so I understand. I'm like, all right, I'll give him 70. So I gave him 70. I sold that thing same day for $15.50.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, quick money. And that's just like the win. That's the win. That's what you're chasing. That's like having a great set in comedy too. It's all in the same sense of that category. You're chasing that feeling. Like it's a good feeling when you make a good move like that. You're like, ooh, I just spent $70 that some schmuck paid me at work, and I just made what I make in 2 weeks in 1 hour. Yeah. And it was like I was outside smiling. And I had a good day doing it. It was very easy to do. It's very lucrative and very easy.
I should get into reselling.
It's so easy. Everybody always asks me, how do I get into reselling? It's like, well, you just start. That's how you do it. It's a big game of guess and check. Yeah. That's why I like math growing up too. It's guess and check. It's like honestly, you can do, having a phone is just so much technology now. You can go on Google Images, take a picture of anything, and it'll tell you what it's worth.
Of
right
course.
Away. And it's like, if you can't make over 25% profit margin, then leave the item.
Yeah.
You know. But now it's just like you build a knack over time of like what you know sells. I mean, I've sold over 10,000 items at this point. You know, it's just
you have a long itinerary. Sometimes when I'm just bored, I look at your Macari, see what you got. You know what I mean? I'm like, what is
unique items? I always try to hook the friends up too.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Great customer also. You know, I always appreciate when a friend buys from me. It's like, you know, I try to give the best deal I can too. You know, make a little bit of money.
Let me show you guys what I just bought from Ryan today.
A cool item. I really sealed the deal with this one. It's a perfect Bhav item too.
Look at this thing. It's so great. I love it. What should we name him?
You got to give it a name.
Yeah, I know, but let's name him together.
I got a name in my head right away that came to my head.
What is it?
It was like a Harold type thing, but I don't
Harold?
even know. Harold's kind of wild, but it could be a Harold.
I like Harold.
It kind
This
of
is
looks like a
Harold.
Harold.
You know, everything on the Bobcast is named by the guest. So this would be Harold. David the Dreidel was named by Romy Rosner. You know what I mean? So, like, this is
Romy
Harold.
Rosner. Wow, yeah. I love the alliteration of her name because
Yeah.
I have that going on too.
Yeah,
Ryan
Rinz,
Rinz.
yeah.
You know, the double R's are cool. It's
What
like
should I change my name to? Bhav. Dude, my balls right now, I feel like
Bhav balls.
I like trimmed my ball hair the other day, and I think I
Just
got
trimmed it. Wait, it sounds like you went in there with some scissors. You were just like, oh, that would leave it a little bit distinguished on my
I
end.
used
You're like,
the buzzer,
"Eh."
and I feel like I got a little bit of razor burn on my
It's
nut.
terrible.
I know,
What do
dude.
you have a Manscaped too?
No, I have a Gillette. It just
I have a Manscaped, and they say that they advertise. They're like, oh, you can cut your balls without cutting your balls,
Yeah.
and you're like, it's not true.
Yeah.
because I've nicked them every now and then, and you're
dude,
like,
Manscaped is just a gimmick. They literally just sold that thing with tits, and I got a Manscaped lawnmower.
you got me, dude. I'll never forget. I bought the Manscaped razor, and then
Yeah.
as soon as I bought it, they came out with like a Model 2 that was way better.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, you sons of bitches. I was like, you guys suck. And then the Charger was even weird on the first one I had, and then they
Yeah.
came out with another one, and I was like, all right. I was like, maybe I'll get it. And then like after like 3 episodes of Joe Rogan where he was advertising, I was like, all right, I'll get one.
Gillette is the best.
Gillette is my favorite razor for shaving my face is a Bic.
Okay, Bic also.
I love Bic.
Bic is also
They make
one
a
of the
nice
OGs.
5-blade, which
Yeah.
I mean, like anyone over like 40 will clown you if you're using more than 3 blades
Yeah,
on your
yeah.
razor. But you're like, dude, more blades, more fun, more easy to shave. Like, are you kidding me? I gotta pee real quick.
No, go ahead. Rinz, how was your piss in there? Did you like looking at
Dude,
yourself?
so I have one more compliment on the bathroom.
Yeah,
dude.
go ahead.
So you had the washer and dryer sitting in there.
Uh-huh.
How often are you throwing that towel in the dryer as you're getting out of the shower? Are you doing that? I feel like you're not doing that. I can see it in your face.
Which
almost.
towel?
The one that you use to dry your body, like as you
I
get out
have
of the shower.
like 6 towels.
Yeah, but do you throw it in the dryer to get it like real warm as you're getting out of the shower?
I think actually never.
Dude, you have the prime time operability to do that.
this is a
You
thing.
get out of there, you get a nice warm hug from a towel. You ever have a warm towel out of the?
Well, I'm just thinking about
It's a luxury in life.
logistically right now in my head is that if I go put the towel in the dryer, get in the shower,
Yeah,
and then I need to get out of the shower.
it's not that far.
I know, but now the whole floor is gonna. I have hair now.
Well, you got to get a good bathroom. You got to get good bathroom mats.
Oh yeah, no.
Like, I got some that are like super absorbent. Like
Yeah.
it's like almost like they're like towels right on the floor.
Yeah, no, I don't have the mat game.
They're washable too. I mean,
Yeah.
you just rewash them. You have the dryer right there.
I know,
I'm
but
jealous of how close your dryer is to your. You couldn't have it any closer than
Yeah.
anyone in the world.
No,
you might have the
look.
closest dryer to shower ratio I've ever seen.
Rinz, I'll take you one step further. I think men are getting soft these days.
I literally had one in Collegeville where it was like I lived alone in a 3-floor house.
Yeah.
There's like 4 bedrooms. There's washer dryer on the second floor and it was right outside the shower. I would literally start that dryer as I got in the shower.
Yeah, I
chill in the
believe
shower for like 20 minutes. You get out of that shower, small brief moment of coldness, but then you grab that towel out of that dryer, dude. It's like God just came down
I
from
know.
heaven and he just hugged you, and
But-
he's like, here you go, buddy.
For me,
It's like your mom putting a warm towel on
it's
you.
the risk of falling. It's so many risks. It's better.
It does get slippery when wet.
I am. My body hurts when I tell you I want to die every day.
I'm
because
right there with you. I mean, you're younger than me by a year, I think.
Yeah.
What are you, 29?
I'm 30.
Yeah, me too.
I'm in the 30
Yeah,
club.
dude.
30s.
Month, I think I'm older by you by the month. November, right? Yeah, November 17th.
18.
I knew I was close. Man.
What are you?
September 29th.
Oh.
You were at my
29th.
birthday. I was at your birthday this year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I did.
You put me on a show. Appreciate that.
I did?
Yeah, it was a good show.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that though a lot.
Of course. Oh,
means a lot.
I put you on the show. Yeah, I did put you on the show, the Christmas show.
Good little show you put together there, buddy. I like that, man. That was cool.
Yeah, of course, brother. I'm trying to put on shows and shit.
Good homie. If I was putting shows on, you'd obviously be on my shows.
No, dude, it all comes in time. Everyone has to do it one step at a time.
When I move to New York, you'll be up there.
Thank you, brother.
You know?
Hey, let me ask you a question. You wrestled
Yeah.
in your youth. What wrestle weight did you do?
130 to 140.
Yeah. Did you like WWE at all?
Of course.
And is that why you wrestled? Maybe.
I might have something to do with it. Mizba and I both got into wrestling because we were both in the WWE. We sold pay-per-view events at our house.
You know what's crazy about it? I fell for this same propaganda too, because you thought,
Dude, you got there and you were like, all right, give me a steel chair. I'm going to fuck this kid up. And they were like, no.
put on this little fucking leotard, you
They're
fag.
like, what, dude? No, you're going to put on spandex, man. You're going to put this spandex on and hug that guy for fucking 3 hours.
You know what ruined like high school wrestling for me is I had to wrestle this kid, and before we had to face each other, he started like really jerking off in his singlet in front of me, and he started eyeballing me and just started putting his hand in, and I was like, what is this shit?
Wrestling's was a wild time.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
Chris Benoit.
Wow.
No, messing around. It's probably The Rock, honestly. Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels, those guys, the typical guys.
Oh my God, Chris Benoit. What a throwback. If the audience doesn't know, Chris Benoit.
I hear that music, man. I just think of like a meme. It's like when your sister fucks with you and you're like, you think she's going to get away with it. And then they play the Chris Benoit theme song. You're like, and
then you kill your whole family, huh? Wow, that's crazy. Here, let's get out of here on this. Would you rather die in a hot air balloon or in the ocean attacked by a shark?
Kobe. No, I'm just man, the shark would suck. Hot air balloon, dude. I'm going down like the Heisenberg.
Okay. So die by air, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
You wouldn't rather fall than get eaten by a shark? You sounded like you were on the shark side of that
am
thing.
on the shark side.
Well, explain to me how you were on the shark side of things.
I know.
That shark starts at your legs. You're all of a sudden, your first thought is, I should have went with the hot air balloon. That's your first thought. The shark bites you. You're like, I should have went with that hot air balloon.
I'm like, buddy, you want to eat more? Come. Eat. Chale.
I was thinking about that. I was like, if I eat edibles and then like some sicko like kidnaps me and then he kills me and then cuts me up and eats me, would he get high from me eating the edibles?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? If you fed a cow some edibles and you ate that steak? No.
I don't think it's like that. I think like you would have to have the meat and then have the THC as like a ghee or like a butter or something.
Yeah.
And then you have to lather.
Like a garnish at the end.
Yeah, it's not like
no.
It's not by consumption.
Secondhand consumption of
the
edible.
Is,
it's like it's already been processed. That's already been cooked inside of you.
You're not
So it's
eating the belly.
Yeah.
You're not eating.
Well, it depends on the psychopath you would deal with. Some of them will be like, I actually only eat belly.
If you were to eat the human, what part of the body would you eat?
Definitely a leg or a thigh.
I'm going straight cock.
Really? I feel like there's no flavor there.
Yeah, no, there is.
I feel like it's just tasteless.
Well, coming from a white person, of course.
It's like an oyster. You're supposed to just swallow it. You're like,
I wouldn't fuck with oyster.
Dude, oysters are weird. I don't eat oysters, but I was like pressing somebody who eats oysters the other day. I was like, why don't you guys have like an oyster sandwich? So you guys draw the line. You just want to eat it out of a shell. I was like, put it on a sandwich if you like it that much. And they're like, they all laugh at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, you're crazy. You're eating a shell.
Yeah. It's gross.
It is gross. But it's been great being here, man.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me. Thanks for... Thank me for having me.
I took over the wrap-up. I was like...
Here, Rinz, tell them where to find you.
All right, you can find me in alleyways, dark corners, bathrooms, any type of restroom that you're in America. I might be there. No, I'm just messing around. Honestly, book me on your shows. That's how you find me. But no, seriously, I'm Ryan Resell on Instagram. Ryan Rinz, that's the real name. Bob, you're the shit. Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for coming through, brother.
Dude.
Oh, God. Deuces.